Hello everyone, welcome to Pathfinder Norvald. We're playing a homebrew Pathfinder 1E campaign set in a land of ice and snow. So let's introduce our resident heroes. Dave plays our human rogue, Angelus the Badger Slayer. Ad plays our half-elf ranger, Ulf the Unconscious. And Lee plays our half-elf cleric, Giles the Fragile. Our heroes have tracked down a werewolf and are on its tail. Let's begin. So you guys went to the warehouse last session. You went there with, forgot the person's name. Gustav, yeah, there we go. Gustav. You went there with Gustav. He opened the door, got mauled the shit out of by a werewolf. Lee got scratched and bit up quite a bit. Dave did some weird things by throwing various silver coins. Strangely enough, made the werewolf so paranoid with what the fuck is he doing that the werewolf just bailed. You got from that encounter a red dress that the werewolf was wearing. You didn't see this person very clearly. You saw a red dress and pretty much a mask with some long hair coming out of it. A female form, so you assume this person is a woman. The mask was very distinct, very unusual. It was a mask made of various pieces of human skin and face, giving a blank, expressionless form to the person's face. Hence the term faceless when people refer to the serial killer that's been plaguing the city. You ran away with your lives and away from the guard as well, mugging your poor Gornad, what's their name?
Gustav.
Mugging poor Gustav on the way and ended up back at the old bow, sleeping in until late morning. Giles put on the dress. You went to the market, spoke to the bric-a-brac merchant who offered to repair Lee's clothing by the end of the day. In the meantime, Lee's wearing a rough robe while he's waiting for his polar bear outfit to be repaired, restuffed, etc. And you guys had just had a chat with this herbalist potion seller and the blacksmith who was offered in 2 days' time to prepare you 80 alchemically silvered arrows, 1 alchemically silvered throwing axe, and 1 alchemically silvered dagger for your use. You also learned that the young lady who bought the dress was from the refugee camp at Skrabad. I believe last time you were considering going back to the tower to see the progress of the ballista.
Yeah. So they said our items would be ready tomorrow.
So your items will be ready the day after tomorrow. Lee's outfit will be ready at the end of the day. So she said come back before close for just the general outfit stuff, so Lee doesn't have to walk around in shame in a singular robe.
It's a party outfit.
It's a party outfit, yeah. With a red dress underneath.
So are we all spent up now in the market?
I think I'm just all spent up for stuff, aren't I?
I made a bit of a profit for a change, not too bad.
I mean, I'm ready to go check out the tower to see what state that's in.
The tower or the ballista?
The ballista, well,
the tower's
both.
in pieces, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Ready?
I've got the ballista's probably going to get fixed, but the tower, oh well.
Let's just face it, we wreck everything we go. Wherever we go, we wreck it.
Well, that's true. Right, I'm ready when you are, guys.
Yeah, we'll head off back to the tower.
Wonderful. Can I get a perception on the way for your journeys, please?
14.
17.
24.
Oh, actually, 17 plus my perception would be nice, wouldn't it?
Would be, wouldn't it?
29.
19.
Wonderful. As you begin to leave, you see Thorfrid turn round and look at Giles with a strange look and sort of sniff the air behind him as he leaves.
What?
Thorfrid. Who's Thorfrid?
Thorfrid's the witch who was at the
yes.
table over here.
And she's sniffing the air behind Lee as he walks off.
Yeah.
So,
You shouldn't have had them sprouts last night. In the...
turn to the witch. Forfeit, do I smell nice?
She says, "You smell like the mark of the beast."
The
'cause
beast.
you got attacked by the wolf.
She
Oh.
sniffs a bit deeper, and she said, "You've come across a cursed individual."
Oh no. Does the person who sells daggers and stuff sell chains?
Do you ask that immediately?
Yes. Immediately, I'm like,
The blacksmith is like, "I can make some chains. What would you like me to make chains out of?" I do all sorts for the hunters. But Thorfrid says, "You may need to watch out and see if you are cursed."
padlocks and chains, please.
And a really big axe.
She says it's touch and go if your constitution will overcome this, but it smells like you've been infected potentially.
Just another day being a zombie.
I don't fancy being eaten by you.
What would you recommend?
Chaining you up every night we go to bed.
She said you would not know until the next full moon. She says there is one the night after tomorrow where the curse will attempt to implant itself. It may succeed, it may fail. It depends how strong your constitution is.
Okay.
If it should take hold the next full moon, you may be infected.
Is there a way to cure this infection?
Not. She says there are brews that may assist you fight off the infection.
Do you have these brews?
She nods. She says the price is
5,000.
it's not cheap, but I could procure such
Okay.
and give you a price of its procural.
Can it be cured after it's definitely taken effect?
She said the only way to cure this curse after it's taken effect is to kill the one who has infected you, or the source of the original infection,
Okay.
and then take the various poultices.
I mean, I have no problem in killing if we can find them.
I mean,
So we don't need to chain you up tonight, then it's tomorrow night.
Well, she says the disease may take hold tomorrow, but the signs won't show until the full moon after.
Right.
So, if Lee feels a bit wolfy tomorrow night,
Start scratching the back of his neck with his legs.
exactly. The following full moon, he'll turn into a potentially a raving werewolf who will have no control over.
Would Raging Werewolf also be able to use spells?
You asked Thorfrid that.
Oh, I asked for this, yes.
Is the raging werewolf intelligent enough not to attack us?
She says this is a curse of the worst kind. You get all the power, all the rage, all the strength of the wolf, but your mind is not yours. For the full moon only, you will hunt down those who you have the strongest attachments to, love, hate,
Oh God!
all the emotions, and you will seek to rend them. You
What
will
if-
surrender yourself to the bloodthirsty nature of the beast.
Oh dear. I mean, I don't like many people, so
Hey,
She
Charles,
says,
I told you how much I like him.
she says you'll be an animal who'll be shunned and hunted down by society. I can't imagine Nex would approve of you contracting such a condition.
So how much is this brew to stop it?
Add it to Lee's tab.
Yeah.
She says these are tough times. She'll have to procure the herbs. Some of them she'll need to source herself, and then she'll come back to you with a price. She advises that you come back to her either tomorrow or the day of the full moon to address this curse. If not, you'll have to find the source of the curse before you come to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
shall we do?
the things to fight the source of the curse aren't going to be ready until the point where Lee's going to turn or not.
She says, "How did you contract such a vile condition? I thought we raised you recently. I thought you'd been awash of the curse of death."
Telling us, lady.
I got attacked. These two wasn't doing their jobs right.
In blood, she looks horrified. There's a werewolf in blood.
From
Okay,
with
so-
it.
what we know, there's a werewolf at the refugee camp.
She looks concerned. A werewolf in our midst. They're dangerous creatures. And one who has infected you, it means that they are of the purer strain. The ability to infect others only comes when the blood is strong, not the mongrel you'll become.
He's already one of them. But,
Slap Angelus behind the back of the head with non-lethal damage.
If you imagine fighting this beast again, I would be very careful, as more of you may become infected.
Oh, I intend to fight this beast again.
I mean, is there absolutely any way of controlling the werewolfism like entropy?
She says only one who is born under the moon is able to control their curse.
I'm going to take that as a no.
She says if you have become infected, if you were human before, you will be mongrel afterwards. If you were werewolf always, then the curse is yours to control.
Right. Okay.
So when's my stainless? When's my silver dagger going to be ready? Stainless steel. What am I on with?
Day after next, same day that the full moon will turn,
Okay.
and you'll know whether you become infected or not. You've still got another Constitution save, Lee, so you may not become a werewolf. She's just letting you know extra early that you failed your initial Constitution check.
Okay. Can we go check on the ballista, please?
Wonderful.
Before we go, can I just ask her again, just like, what is the most effective way of killing a werewolf?
You come near me,
Silver.
Angelus.
Just silver.
He nods. And a strong arm.
I'll just get the tip of my bow and just keep lifting up the back of Giles's robe just to see if there's a tail or anything coming.
She says,
Okay, cool. Thank
other than that, a fabled weapon. The weapon of a chieftain or a jarl. One sourced from magic. Enchanted.
Never have given him that axe back. Never have given him that axe back.
Where did my not that you guys are using this, but where did my dagger come from? Not my dagger, my sickle,
Oh, is
my
it
special.
That was one of the elven treasures that you found. You found the fancy sickle in there.
Did we ever
That
find
was-
out where it might be from?
What originally?
Hmm.
You'd need to find someone that, like a specialist. You'd need to show it to someone, or you'd have to do another appraise yourself. To be fair, you never appraised it properly in the first place, so you really know nothing about this sickle that you've got.
Right. I mean, my appraise is -2. What are your guys' appraise?
My appraise.
2.
My appraise is 6.
Okay. So I'm going to hold this out in front of Angelus. He's not taking it off me. Appraise this, please.
I go, this is a mighty fine sickle. And I will roll 2 raisins. 21.
21. It is a mighty fine sickle. It is a masterwork sickle created by a master craftsman. More effective at meeting its foe than your average one. It isn't magical in nature, at least not that you can tell. It's depicted with moons and stars on, particularly the twin moons associated with the elves. It's silver.
Okay, I'm keeping this on me. Especially since it's silver. And jab it into the werewolf, come across it.
I mean, would it be worth you just like pressing it against your skin to see if you get like a rash from it, just to see how the
I
affection's going?
don't know. Let me push it against your neck and find out what
Can I get a knowledge religion from you, Lee, as you're sort of inspecting these moons and stars that you haven't really cared to look at before?
Yeah. What's my knowledge religion? 18.
Yeah. So traditionally, this type of weapon for the elves was a ceremonial blade, often used for cutting roots, branches, and leaves off holy trees in order to replant. The two gods depicted on it are the two gods of the elves, known as the twins. The first god, have a quick look at my gods list. As he flicks back. So the first god, Saruna, gazes into the past. The second god, Una, gazes into the future. So this is a religious blade of a god of not of your own.
That's okay. I'll still use it. Right, shall we move on and check this tower out? Because I feel like if we don't go check it out now, we might not get another chance.
Go. Do it.
That's good. Let's go.
Cool.
Now we know how to kill Lee when the time comes.
Good
Thank
luck.
you. So you guys head off to the tower. Doesn't take you that long. It's quite a peaceful day today. The streets are relatively empty. As you walk around, you hear gossip of, have you heard what happened at the warehouse last night? X amount of people dead, yada, yada, yada. Faceless strikes again. And on the way, can I get another perception check from you all? Sorry.
27.
18.
23.
So, Ad and Dave, you see Modi outside the old bow on the way out of town, and he's nailing up a large poster. And you see a big, hairy thing on it with a bounty underneath.
Okay.
I'm
Go over
listening.
and check this poster out.
Absolutely.
Okay. So underneath it says, who can speak common? I bet you all can speak and read
I think
common.
we all can.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
you can. So underneath in common is written, giant, dead, 300 gold, Sea Hunters Guild.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I tear this poster off that he's just put up?
Yeah, of course he can. So it comes away easily. It's parchment, and he turns to you and he goes, "What you done that for?"
Sorry, because it's pretty much as good as a job done. So we're going to deal with this.
He nods. He says, "If you can bring back his head, there's 300 gold in it for you."
Nice.
It's
I'm
been
quite partial taking heads off.
it's been bothering the roads, and us in the Hunters Guild, we're sick of it. So we've brought some money together. We've combed out, got everyone to contribute, and we've put a bounty on it. We want rid of it. It's starving out the city. We can't afford more days without it dead.
Has he been seen lately? Or
She
she?
nods. He says
So,
you can't get a wagon past. You can't walk past that road. Sent a couple of hunters the other day. They did not come back.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah.
We've got
Consider it done, I guess.
we've got 2 days to potentially, if we could get it done.
Yeah.
That's how that ballista's getting on.
He nods.
Let's see if he's still.
He says, for you chaps, you could take the 300 gold, or there might be something else that you chaps will be interested in that I'll show you. Of course, you'll be able to take the money, but I might have a special reward for you, should you be interested instead.
Very intrigued.
And he
Always
winks at
piqued.
you, and he says, he asks for his poster back.
Fine.
He says, you never know. Strapping mercenary might come by, take that giant off all our hands. The sooner the better. And he nails up the poster again.
Thanks for the confidence there, Modi.
He nods. He laughs. And he walks in his house.
Right,
Well,
let's go and get this
follow him
done.
in.
We can't be upstaged by some Ponzi adventurer.
Boom.
Excellent. So you guys head to Loxon Hall. I'll use your perceptions from last time. So as you guys arrive, you hear a massive whoomph and thud, and you just hear a giant smash and a cheer. And you see Snorri waving his sword, and as his sword hits the ground, you hear a thunk and the same loud noise and a smash again, and everyone cheers and claps. And rounding the corner, you see the fully assembled ballista with a crew of 4. There's Scar, there's his little friend loading arrows in. There's Ager, Snorri's right-hand man, who's also operating it, and Hans as well. And they all just keep loading it and firing it at the same area. Snorri's two who you recognise from when you first met them, and they're just clapping and cheering and whooping as the ballista is fully operational.
Cracking. Walk up and pat Scar on the back. Well done, well done.
He jumps and freaks out, and he goes, "Don't do that again, man."
How's the tower looking?
You look up at the tower. Does anyone have a knowledge engineering?
No.
Don't think I do.
I'll take a straight perception from you then.
26.
Yeah, tower's wrecked, son. Roof has sort of come away. Half the side of the building's collapsed. There's no way you guys are getting in there. It's going to need some serious restructuring. In fact, it looks like they're already trying to put up some scaffolding anyway. But this thing is on the ground. But it is super effective. You see it splitting the stump that they've been aiming at is just rent in two, and they're loading these giant heavy bolts in. They're not even metal tipped on the end. They're just essentially loading in logs, and it's just fired and just devastating everything in its path.
Nice. So, what should we do then? See if these want to crew it for us and come along with us.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, though, would they want to share the money?
Hmm.
We never asked. Is it 200 gold each? 300 gold each? Or is it 200 gold between us?
It just says 300 gold for giant on the poster.
Hmm.
I'm just thinking though, we're gonna have to lug that ballista.
Yeah, I mean, unless we put it on the back of a cart, like Scar was saying.
Where are we going to get a cart from? And a horse?
Snorri.
Well, Scar.
Oh, Snorri, he's rich.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll call over to Snorri.
Yeah, he turns around.
So you having fun with the ballista?
He nods. He says, I've not seen one operate since I was a boy. This one in particular, I didn't know there was anyone around who was able to repair it, to be honest. I never had interest in it. But it's a nice little gimmick. Once it's back in its tower, I don't think we'll have too much of a use for it. Maybe in the future it needs installing on one of our boats.
Well, we're just thinking if we could mount it on a wagon, pull it with a horse.
He
You
says,
might
God,
have
it'll
something
freak the
like that.
horse out.
Oh,
He says, it's very movable. You'd have to pack it away and set it back up again. But yeah, you'd be able to move it wherever you'd need to. Would take a crew to fire, though, as you can see, and he points to the 4 people there. It takes a crew of 4 to fire one of these things, and people need some degree of training. Hence, these chaps have been practicing all day.
see, if we don't take these chaps, we're going to not be able to do anything else besides fire that.
Yeah.
He nods.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just leave it here? I mean, we don't really need it at the moment. I mean, we can always lure the giant here and fire it from this location.
What, set up an ambush?
Yeah, just throw it some meat or something. Make it come. Or just use Angelus as bait, cut his arm or something.
Would I know what to entice a giant with?
Acknowledge nature, please.
Yeah.
I mean, would we want to lure it back to the guy who gave us shelter?
22.
Giants and luring depends on the giant. Not a whole lot you know about giants, apart from the fact that they're big, there's mean, and there are hundreds of different types. There's as many types of giants as there are humanoids. You have very large ice giants who live in the frozen north. You've got trolls that are a form of sort of... They're not a giant, but they're a sort of a nearly there humanoid. Ogres are a species of giant. You've got hill giants, cave giants. You've got all sorts of different types. You've really not been told what sort of giant this is. Based on the poster, it doesn't look like anyone really knows either. As for luring a giant, it seems like this one's liking food that humans eat, but maybe lured by other things. If it's an ogre, any flesh should do. If it's a different type of giant, it could be gems, alcohol, all sorts of things. You need to know more, basically.
See, I've got chat here saying iron giants.
Do we borrow one of Snorri's horses as bait?
You ask him.
Not
You
for
mean
bait. And see if I can borrow one of his horses.
Please don't let us turn into one of those episodes where we spend 40 minutes trying to bury a body.
What's Snorri's prized horse? We didn't do anything with it, guys.
Yeah.
Honest to God, he ran away. Living on a farm now.
Shall we go and see if we can see this giant first then?
Yeah,
What you thinking?
why don't you do your track? Can you do some tracking? Do we know what direction it's in?
Who do you ask?
Snorri.
He says the giant's out on the western road. He said just follow the road west and you'll get there. Rather than head south to town, just continue west. At some point, it will get a bit colder, and that's where the giant is as you head up out the valley.
Yeah, should we head that way then?
Yeah, I mean, I've got some time before I find out if I'm werewolf or not, so yeah.
He nods, and he says, what we'll do is we'll move the ballista to west of the hall, and we'll set it up to fire down the road in case you need it. We'll keep on guard for the next few hours at least. He looks around and he says, "Do any of you have a whistle, a horn, something like that to let us know you're coming?"
Just about to ask you, Snorri, if you had a horn.
He nods, and he pauses a moment, and he says, "I want this back." And he pulls a horn out of his shirt, and it is a magnificently carved animal horn with a gem embedded on the side.
Nice.
And pressed silver around it. And he passes it to you, and he says, I expect this back in the same condition I gave it to you.
Well, as long as your ballista crew are a good aim, all should be good.
He nods.
I'll take that off him.
He says, blow that, and you'll give us ample warning.
I'll give it a quick, just to test it.
It is loud. You get a brrrr.
Cracking.
Right, let's
Should we go
move.
then?
Wonderful. So you guys begin to head west, up and out the road. So you guys travel quite a while. Let's have a quick look at things you encounter. So on the way, can I get some perceptions from you all on your journeys of the road?
I swear this dice is going to go through my table soon.
29.
14.
29?
Yeah, 14.
Add.
20.
Oh, 20, Dave. You see up ahead on the road, I'll switch to a more neutral screen rather than... do I have a travelling overland one? Oh, I don't. That needs to be remedied. Let's have Dark and Eerie Woods for now. So as you guys travel up the road, you see a procession of 3 people. 2 of them are carrying logs wrapped in cloth, it seems, between them, almost like a large stretcher. You don't know whether it's bundled goods or something else, but they are carrying something in between. Their heads are down, and they are very slowly walking across the road. They're coming from the town, and they look like they're going to travel the western way, the same as you.
Okay, I'll walk up to them and say, do you know that there's danger of a giant along this road?
The person at the front, the one who is unburdened by the package, gives you a solemn nod. He says, we journey home for honor and to pay homage to our relative who has died recently. We have no choice but to make this journey, and if it ends in our death, so be it. My intent is to bring my brother Gustav home to be buried. He nods back to the bundled package as part of the funeral procession. He says, These are his children,
Oh God.
and we march in mourning today.
Yeah, we knew Gustav briefly. He helped us. He was a kind man.
He nods. He says, "You're very kind with your words." Gustav was very work-oriented. But he was not a harmful man, and he was a good family member. He brought much fortune to our clan.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Lovely bloke.
We killed them, but hey ho, we're not saying that. I'm just filling it in. This is why you guys being so yeah, we killed them. Correct. Yeah.
I'll just say to him
Watch him
that
die.
we're working on hunting down who may have been responsible for his death.
He nods, and he says, "Good. May they die like the dogs they are." We take the last of Gustav's fortune back to his hold. We would pay you handsomely if you would protect us from the giant.
Oh, wow.
How much?
He says, I could spare 100 gold from our coffers to protect us from the giant. You need only distract him while we pass.
There
That can
will
be
be
done.
plenty of additional.
And you're heading west. That's fine. I
I
think
know.
we could do that. I think the money would have to be up front though.
He looks at you with a tired, weariful eye, and he nods, and he says, "You'll have to forgive me. It is often bad luck to take money from a corpse, but I fear we have no choice." And he turns around with his back to you, and he begins to unwrap the bandages around Gustav's body. And you notice, like, can I get a perception off you all, actually, for what you can see from...
Didn't we check Gustav for cash?
We fleeced him dry, yeah.
I thought we
Eight,
did.
18.
God.
18?
10.
Hang on. 26 with perception.
So, Ad and Lee, you both see there be a couple of small sacks be taken from Gustav's body. Dave, you see something else. You see a golden chain around Gustav's neck that was not there before, and you see his hair has been very nicely braided. There's a jeweled brooch in it, and you see an awful lot of sacks and bags around him. Not entirely sure what they contain, but he takes one bag out, 2 bags out, he empties out the coins, and gives you 100 gold.
Can I just check? Am I able to use my spells yet?
Yes, you did some praying this morning, didn't you? But I
You
believe you used a healing spell on yourself.
That's fine. I just couldn't quite remember. And it's just in case. How many of them are there?
Oh my god.
It's on your character sheet, Lee.
No. How many are we protecting / killing?
There are 3.
Okay.
3.
There are 2 young men, possibly in their late teens, early 20s, and there is 1 older man, very possibly in his 50s.
Okay.
Well, if we're lucky, they'll slow the giant down while we're trying to retreat backwards.
They are
I mean-
moderately armed.
Wondering about if this giant takes the mouse and we just take what's left.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
They're a bit of giant fodder while we're retreating.
I mean, giant fodder, but then we want to return back to collect all the cash and gold that's left.
Oh yeah, we'll
Take
have to
that
do that
with us.
after we've got back, though, won't we?
Yeah, I mean, I really wish I bought some bear traps for the giant horse.
Shall we continue protecting these
Yes.
guys, moving along. We've got our cat. 100 gold. Was that each or just 100 gold in total?
100 gold.
Okay.
Each.
Just 100 gold. Not each, I'm afraid. Right,
That's what, 33 each?
About that.
I like how you're already sizing up their goods.
Always. I'm going to add 33 gold to my sheet.
Already? That's optimistic.
I've taken it off them already, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, of course you have. 100 gold. Yeah.
Are you dishing that out then, Leo?
Well, I've just taken, like I say, I've just taken the 33 off them. Whichever extra gold goes to you guys, just take it off my bill.
That'll do. Yeah, you got a long way to go yet.
I'll take 33 out if you want the 34.
Yeah, sound. Won't argue with that.
So you guys continue down this road, and it's not long before you notice that it's gotten very cold. And up in the distance, you guys see something. The men you're following see quite quickly. One of them in particular points it out, and he says, "Wagon and a felled tree." He squints into the distance. And they come to a halt. Can I get perceptions off all of you? And a felled tree.
23.
Cool. Dave?
I just changed my dice. I'm not using this one anymore tonight. I'm changing to my other one.
18.
12. Dice change has been done.
18. What did you get, Lee?
12.
Nice. So Ad, you see the fallen tree up ahead. Dave, you see a wagon up front, and Lee, you sort of look around you, and you're not entirely sure what everyone's looking at, but you know that the road is sort of directly ahead of you. So in front of you there is quite a bit, and the 3 gentlemen behind you, 2 of them carrying the body, they look very nervous.
Does the fallen tree look like a fallen tree, or does it look like a placed tree?
It looks... Knowledge nature, please, Ad. I think that would be your best bet.
Oh, God. 11.
11. Just looks like a tree's fallen across the road. You don't know how in particular, but, you know, it's plausible that a tree's just fallen across the road. Unusual that there's the wagon there, though.
Does it look like any particular kind of wagon? Like goods or...
You're going to have to get closer to inspect.
Oh.
You see a barrel on it, but other than that, you don't see really what there is there.
Shall we proceed a little bit closer? I mean, it does look like an ambush if ever I've seen one.
If we tell old Gustav's relatives to wait there, shall we have a quick stealth wander up through the trees to the side?
I'm up for a bit of stealth movement. I think my character is relatively good at stealth.
Giles, you better wait here.
Yeah.
How about I just keep walking slowly forward? If it's...
Remember when you went in that room by yourself yesterday?
I'll wait here. I'll you know, not use my murderous command to get one of you to kill the other.
Let's split up, Ad. Let's do this. I'm gonna go on this side.
You go that side, I'll go this side, yeah. Yeah, we will stealthily approach either side of the road further down then, yeah.
Okay, Cool. Can I get stealth checks from both of you, please?
Push the point when they can.
Come on.
Oh.
21.
Plus my stealth. 27.
Okay. Cool. 21 and 27. Okay. Continue. Move as you would normally.
Okay, now that was a long jump.
I'm going to need you to stop there, Ad.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Can you roll a second stealth check for me and a perception?
Oh, okay. What's my stealth again? 12. 31 for stealth.
Okay, cool. And your perception?
27.
27. So you see a large, almost like a carpet of white fur in front of you. And as your eyes look up across this long patch of white fur, you see a large, angry face, not looking at you, but looking into the distance. This creature is lying down like a man, yet it's significantly taller than most men. It's covered in a coat of thick white fur. It's extremely broad. Its arms muscular. Its eyes burning blue. Can I get a knowledge nature out?
Yeah.
If you stay where you are, Lee, no moving.
Sneaky.
I'm just moving my character
Inching forward into combat.
Just get ready. It's like chess.
19.
19. You know this creature is a fabled Yeti.
Fabled Yeti.
You don't know a lot about Yetis. You don't really want to get near it because you know that their bodies generate a mysterious amount of cold. They're incredibly malicious. And if you meet their angry gaze, you know that they can paralyze you with fear.
Oh,
And in fact, as you stare into this creature's eyes, Ad, can you roll me a will save, please?
will save. Oh no. 6.
6. You freeze in fear.
But he hasn't seen me though, has he?
No, he hasn't. So 6 seconds go by, and you feel movement returning to your limbs. You can now feel your fingers again. And you realize you're still looking into his eyes, but you feel less afraid. For now, you don't think that this effect is going to have an impact on you again. Hopefully.
Can I make my way over to where Angelus is?
Yeah, of course you can.
Do I need to roll for that, or?
Yes, you will. Another stealth, please, if you're going to move across, because you are right near. I'm going to reveal where this creature is to you 1 second. I'll move it from the GM overlay. Go.
Oh, fuck. That looks familiar. Right.
Giles and Angelus, you have no idea what's going on.
Cool. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna slowly
So,
keep creeping.
I've just rolled 13.
13. Okay. Yeah. This thing sees you and belts out an almighty roar. You can move where you were going to move, but this thing has seen you and it may trigger. Well, actually, no, it's lying down, so it's not going to trigger an attack of opportunity on you. This thing's waiting in stealth.
God for that.
So you can move a full round action.
Oh, back to Angelus, and I'll be like, Angelus, Yeti! And I'll explain to him, just don't look into its eyes.
Can I get a perception from you, Dave, and a perception from you, Lee, as this thing lets out a roar as it sees Ad moving across its distance. And can I get an initiative from you guys if you pass a DC 10 perception check?
What if I'm not looking at it? I mean,
it's not about looking at it. It's about hearing the roar and responding appropriately.
oh, I'm glad I used this dice. 16 plus nothing, is it? It's just 16.
Yep. Lee, you hear the roar and you see Ad moving to the other side, and you hear him scream, "Yeti, Yeti," and you can have a guesstimate of where it is because it's now getting up, and you see a bolt of white in the trees. Dave, I suppose you don't really need to do a perception as Ulf is screaming it in your face next to you. Can I get a what's it called?
Initiative.
Initiative, that's the one. Initiative from everyone, please.
3. No, 5. Sorry, 5.
Okay.
Rolled a 3. Yeah,
Can I get
5.
one for your Wolf as well, Ad?
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh, God! Of course, he gets better than me. That's 19.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
18.
nice.
18 for me.
27 for me.
Not last, Lee. That's good.
Swapped my fancy dice. Seems to roll better.
Have you got your dice cam active yet, Lee?
No, I don't use it because you just can't focus on what you actually get. So you just see a dice roll but nothing else.
At times. Who's going first? Dave, your turn.
I don't really know what it is, do I? I know.
Well, I've just
can I
shouted at
get
him, told
a...
him not to look at it.
Yeah, I'll get a perception check off you, Ed. Dave. You're right. You know roughly where it is. You can roll initiative, but you're not entirely sure completely where it is.
24.
24. Yep, you see it dead keen. Yeah, you see it right in front of you. Big, hairy, white. You know exactly where it is.
Cool. I'm gonna draw my bow. And I'm gonna take aim at its head.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm not in. Am I good there?
So the rules of sneak attack. If you want to get sneak attack with your bow, you need to be within 30 feet.
Cool.
I won't remind you of that again.
Okay, no worries.
There we go. It's a large creature, so you're within 30 feet there.
I'll do that then. I'll go for a sneak attack on him.
Cool. D20, please, to see if you hit using all your normal benefits.
Okay. Quick elven bow within range is. Are we doing my base attack bonus? Aren't we?
So the range is on there. So it's TH for 30 feet. So yeah, it's to hit. So it's plus 8 with your Masterwork Elven Shortbow. So you see the stat block for your Masterwork Elven Shortbow. You see range 30 feet and then to hit plus 8, damage D6 plus 1.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I rolled 16, so that's 24, isn't it?
Yep. Cool. Nice one. So yeah, that is a hit. Can I get a D6 one for your regular damage, and can I get 2d6 for your 2d6 plus? Just having a quick look at your sneak attack. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at ads for some reason.
No, keep looking.
No.
Keep looking.
Looking yours with your Masterwork Elven Shortbow. So you're just a plain 1d6. You were to hit was plus 7, but you still hit either way. So your 1d6 for the regular damage, and then your sneak attack, your 2d6 points of damage plus 2 bleeding damage. So 3d6 plus 2, please.
3d6 plus 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, this one is a 5. That's a 1 is a 4. 1.
So that's 10 plus 2
12.
is 12. So that's 12 damage to this creature. And it is bleeding everywhere. You see a red streak across this creature's body. That's your turn. Done, Dave. Add it's Baldric's go.
Baldric will just start retreating back.
He does not have very good health at the moment, does he?
No.
So yeah. So what command is that? Let's have a look. So you can only do the commands that you have
course.
listed
Yeah.
for him. So you can do attack, come, defend, down. So he can break off from combat, otherwise back down. He can guard or heal. So I assume you've told him down.
Yeah. Down. Yeah.
So he's broken off. Yeah, and he's going to stay out the way. Cool. So he's going to sort of suspend combat. Lee, your turn, or Giles, your turn.
I'll summon a wolf, please.
Oh, nice. Good choice. You're using which spell?
I'm using Summon Monster 1. Oh, sorry, Summon Monster 2 even. Is it Summon Monster 2?
Summon Monster 2. Okay, let's have a quick look.
Actually, is a wolf even on the second level list?
I'm having a quick look. Second level, you get, I don't know what Nakata is. You can get an elk. You can get a hell. Oh wait, they're the alternative ones. This spell functions like summon monster 1, except you can summon one creature from the second level list, or 1d3 creatures of the same kind from the first level list. So you can either have 1d3 wolves, or you can have one of these alternative second level monsters. So you can have a elk, you can have a hellhound, you can have a venomous snake.
I'm having the Hellhound, please.
Cool. I'll bring some stats for the hellhound up, and I'll pop it in. What I'll do is I'll just duplicate Baldric next year,
You don't have a Hellhound.
and I'm going to turn it red. And
David,
I'll make it controlled by you, Lee.
Cheers. David, get a little bit of feedback from your microphone.
Mine.
Yeah, I think so. I'm assuming it's yours.
There we go, and that's your hellhound.
Nice.
Let's just have a quick a look at how long you summon it for, Lee. Quick look. It should say on it, Lee, if you find the spell.
Yeah, of course. I think it's too many pages.
4 rounds.
Nice.
Found it. So it'll appear at the end of the round. And as of next round, it'll have its first one, and then it'll be around for 4 rounds. So wonderful. So that is your go. Done. It's the Yeti's turn. And it's going to charge in the direction that the arrow was sent. So let's have a quick look at the speed. So it's got 40 foot, so I can double its speed. Let's have a look at its melee attack. So he's going to run.
Oh, God, I'm
So-
not on full health.
Yeah,
so glad
well
I'm
in
not in there.
range.
Oh no, I'm gonna end up dead this round. Oh,
Right.
no.
So it bolts in front of you, and it is going to take a swipe. Beforehand, creatures within 30 feet that meet a Yeti's gaze must succeed on a DC 13 will save or stand paralyzed in fear for 1 round. I assume you're looking at this thing charging at you. If you're making a conceited effort not to, you're going to start taking some penalties to attack.
I
No.
did tell you not to look into its eyes.
Oh, you did, didn't you? Yeah. I'm assuming this thing's got a giant. Has it got a giant club in its hand, or is it barehanded?
This
It's got half a
thing
tree to
is barehanded. I know it has a club in its hand, but that's just because of the type of thing I went for. It is actually barehanded, unarmed.
I guess I'm looking at it, but I'm kind of looking at it to where its feet is.
Okay, so you're going to start taking some penalties for attack from now on until you look at it properly. So I'll just deduct those penalties from you as you go. So as it bounds out, you look at its feet. So you don't test the frightful gaze, but this thing is going to try and take a chunk out of you. So 2 claws. So what's your AC, Dave?
Million.
You wish.
AC is 15.
Okay, it takes 1 swipe at you, and it's a hit. It's going to put some oomph into it with a power attack, so it's going to do a little bit more damage than usual. So that is 3 plus 4, so that's 7, plus the cold damage. So that is 13 damage. So you feel this thing rake against your skin with one of its hands, and you feel emanating before this thing even touches you, as it just sort of begins to touch your skin, ice shoots across your chest and hurts you, and then its claws rakes down and scars all the frostbitten area as you take 13 damage.
Sorry.
I mean, not to alarm anyone.
Oh no.
Have you already dropped?
I was on 13 health according to this.
Oh, perfectly on 0. That's
Yeah.
convenient.
Does that mean I'm unconscious, or am I just
That
literally?
means you're unconscious, I'm afraid.
As much as I'd love to help you, Dave.
The next round, it's going to wear you like that Ace Ventura moment I put on our WhatsApp chat. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Ulf, the unconscious, or the conscious this time.
I'm going to retreat, funnily enough. What was it for dash? Is it 60 feet, was it?
Double dash 60
You can
feet.
double dash, yeah. You can do double your movement.
So, yeah, I'll retreat pretty much to where
Cool.
Baldric is. And at the same time shouting, remember the plan, retreat!
Oh, shit, Dave. He's just bailed on you.
I'm like on 16 HP, so I'm not taking a swipe off that thing. We'll come and dig him up later. It'll be fine.
No mercy.
Jesus.
Lee, your Hellhound is summoned, but he doesn't go until next round.
Okay.
Dave, well, I'm afraid to say you're just unconscious. It's your Wolf's go next. It should you choose to do anything with it, or
I'm just going to
stay
heal
in that
him, so
battle.
he's just following me wherever I am.
Yep, cool. He's going to stick with you then. Lee, it's your turn.
At least somebody sticks by you.
Okay. I'm just wondering, can I control the Yeti? Do I have a spell for that? I have spells for quite a lot of things when it comes to controlling beasts and taking them over, don't I? I have a command, actually.
You could try a command.
Oh, gallows, this happens all the time. Right,
This is the
35
damn life.
feet. Right, let me just see what command did. I don't know if it has to be within 30 feet. It might have to be.
35 feet.
Oh,
You have
good.
to be within.
Perfect. I am 35 feet.
It does a DC 14 will save, and you have limited commands you can give it, like run, come here, drop whatever you're holding. It's not holding anything despite the club in its hand.
That's fine. If I can get it to run away, that'd be fantastic.
We need
Yep.
to kill it though. Can you not tell it to headbutt a tree?
You can't cause it to harm itself unless it's part of like a jump. So these are the commands. You can get it to approach, you can get it to drop, you can get it to fall, you can get it to flee, you can get it to halt.
Here's the thing. You're on the floor. Do you want me to save your life or kill that? I don't think there's a river around here, is there?
Not that you can see.
No. Okay.
I like to like stand on top of the cart and just dive off head first a couple of times. We do that.
Lee commands for 1 round.
Okay. So even if I get it to go away. Oh, Start off the command. Let me cause fear.
Yep, cool. What are the let me know what the saves are, and so cause fear, let's have a look.
It's a DC 14.
DC 14, is it first level spell?
It is a level 1 spell.
Oh, wonderful. Level 1 spell, cause fear. Why can't I see it in your first level spell list? That's because I'm looking at add spells for some reason.
You got a thing for ads, don't you?
I just keep...
He knows it.
I can't keep away from his spell list. There we go. Level 1 spells. 1 living creature with 5 or fewer hit dice. So you have to think that does this have 5 or fewer hit dice? So as a creature of level 4, you guys have 4 hit dice. So you're assuming that it's only a little bit stronger than you. The affected creature becomes frightened, but it gets a DC 14 will save. If you pass, it works for 1d4 rounds.
Yeah. I'm going
Cool.
to hope that it's less than 5 dice, otherwise we are screwed.
Okay, you cast the spell. I'm afraid it has no effect on this creature.
Crap.
I'm afraid it has a few more than 5. Yeti's turn.
Don't you dare let it maul me for limbs going everywhere.
It's going to go, and it's going to go to the cart.
I should say, when the Hulk grabs Loki in the Avengers.
Don't like the way it's facing me.
It's going to grab one of the barrels from the cart, and it's going to throw it at Giles. Let's have a quick look at what that's going to do.
It's going to miss.
I'm just working out it's ranged. Right. It's going to lob the barrel at you, and it's going to... What's your AC is 9, isn't it?
Yes.
Lee?
Yeah.
It fails abysmally. It's not a critical miss, but it throws a barrel and it just launches by your head. It was a big barrel, so it didn't, it was very heavy. You feel lucky that didn't hit you.
Okay.
So yeah, that's that go. Ulf.
So I'll cast my Entangle. I think it's got a range of 440 feet, is it, or something like that, with a 40-foot radius.
Yes, that's fine. Have a quick look at the radius.
I think it's 40 foot.
Up.
Yeah, that's quite a lot in that.
Can I cast it away so it just catches it in the radius? Is that
You're
can
gonna
that
get
be done?
someone.
So like if I cast it over here, like
Let's have a look. So 40.
wait,
Yeah, you're gonna either get. Well,
Lee
you're gonna
or
get everyone from there.
Oh no, because then Lee's going to be stuck, isn't he? No, better not then.
So you can get you can get away with here, and you would get both Angelus and
Oh,
this
in fact,
creature.
yeah, I'll do that because Angela isn't going anywhere anyway, is he?
Cool. I'm just gonna put. Could you put a little marker for me where you cast it for reference, so I can do the 40-foot outspan?
Yes. So if I go,
Gonna do it here.
yeah.
Oh, from there, that's where you're going. I'll just quickly draw a freehand scribble there. Here was it.
Near enough, yeah.
Cool. Was it further back than that, Ad?
That's fine. That's fine there.
Harris, could you delete the orange line that I've placed on screen, please?
Done.
Thank you.
You just select it, Lee. You just click on it and click delete.
Oh, right, okay.
Let's have a quick look at the rules of Entangle.
I'm glad you said that, Paris, because I've got no clue.
Entangle. So, plants in a 40-foot radius spread. This spell causes tall grass, weeds, and other plants to wrap around all foes in the area of effect, or those that enter the area. It's a DC 14 reflex save, and it lasts 60 seconds. So
Oh, is that
each
all?
round, you can do a reflex save in order to unentangle yourself. If you are entangled, I believe that just means you're stuck in position. Let's have a look. Also, reflex is a partial. So those that fail must end their movement and gave the entangled condition. Entangled creatures can attempt to break free as a move action, making a strength or escape artist check. The DC for this check is equal to the DC of the spell. The entire effect is considered difficult terrain while the effect lasts. Wonderful. I'll have a quick partial reflex save. For that, Dave, you automatically fail because you're unconscious, so you're entangled.
Yay.
And that is a pass. So it's able to move for now, but if it attempts to move out or move within the plants, it'll have to take it again. So it's not entangled for now. Hellhound's turn, Ling.
Is my Hellhound going to get entangled if it tries to move?
If it gets within 40 feet, then it will have to do a reflex.
Right.
So it'll potentially be entangled here. However, entangled creatures can still attack. It would only be its movement that's hindered. So it could move there. And if it becomes entangled, it just means its movement round will end.
Yeah, which would mean it will fail its attack because it won't be able to attack that round.
Well, it would, because its movement round will be over. So it has a movement and an action. It will go in here, and its movement will end because it'll be stuck to the spot, but it'll still be able to take an action that round.
Would it be able to attack from there? Or is that close enough to attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it'll be within 5 foot of this thing.
Perfect. In that case, yeah, I send my Hellhound to attack the beast.
Cool. So I'll pop it here, and we'll do a reflex save for it. So let's have a quick look. And it passes. I reflex save. Let's have a quick look at its bite. So its bite is +5. It does 1d8 +1 plus 1d6 fire damage. So let's have a look if it hits this Yeti.
Is that 1d6?
At 1d20, please, to roll to hit, please, Lee.
Okay. So, I rolled
did you roll?
20. I rolled 20.
Roll 20. Could you roll again to see if you crit?
And a 10.
So that would be 15. 15 is not enough to pass this thing's AC. It's just a regular hit. You haven't confirmed a critical. Can you roll me 1d8 plus 1 and then a d6, please, to work out the total damage?
So 1d8 and 1d6, yeah?
Yep. And then you plus 1 to the end of that.
Well, that won't be hard. So 8 plus 1. Oh, 9.
9 in total.
Yeah, I rolled a. Well, basically, my last roll was a 1.
Okay, cool. So that's 9 damage to the Yeti. Cool.
I've got some dice going in the bin.
Are they those dragon dice?
No, they're good. They're doing well. That rolled me a nice 20.
Dave's still unconscious, I'm afraid. Sorry, Dave. He's sitting this one out. Wolf, do you want to do anything with the wolf ad?
No, it could stick with me. Yeah.
Cool. Lee, your turn again.
That thing is very strong. Dave's unconscious, but he's not dead. So, what's
He's not bleeding out either.
He's not bleeding out, so basically he can stay on the floor. What time of day is it?
break
It
him for lunch.
is probably later afternoon.
Okay. Hang on a minute. My Hellhound, if I chant negative energy, because it would negative energy, if I'm right, would heal my Hellhound, although it doesn't need it, but damage the Yeti, correct?
Your Hellhound's a living creature, so I'm afraid it would damage it. The only thing it would, your negative energy would heal undead, but your Hellhound it would damage. So it would damage everything within that 30-foot radius.
And there's me thinking a Hellhound is dead. Right. To be fair, I'd probably hit Wolf as well. Okay. I'm gonna have to use another spell, and I'm not enjoying this because I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna inflict moderate wounds on the Yeti.
Okay, you're gonna need to get up close and personal to do that.
Am I?
Yes, you are. It's a touch attack, Lee.
Oh,
Okay. Whoa. Did I say I was gonna use cause moderate wounds? What I meant to say was I'm not going to go anywhere near that. Touch the Yeti, not happening. Not going to go anywhere near that creature. Could I command Ulf to move to back it over?
If you want to give it a go, I'll have to make a will save.
No, you're alright. I don't need to do that. I'm just wondering what else I could do to him. Thing is, I ain't quite. I have to think what's best here. I'm gonna pass my go and just stay here for now.
Okay. Cool. The Lee passes his go. It's the Yeti's turn, and the Yeti is going to attack your summoned monster. So it's going to do a full attack. 2 claws. One of them hits, one of them misses. So that is 1d6 plus 4. Shouldn't announce the damage for this creature, but that's 5 initial damage. And then there's some cold damage. Now your Hellhound is weak against cold, so it's double damage for cold. and it takes 7 damage in total. Your Hellhound. Let's have a quick look. How much health your Hellhound is in total? 30. That's pretty good. So your Hellhound has 23 left.
Okay, I like this Hellhound.
Just advice for the next go. The Hellhound has a special attack, Lee. It can breathe fire damage every 2d4 rounds, but it will be able to now. So it's got a breath weapon for fire damage occasionally, and it has a fiery bite.
Can it do both, or is it just one or the other?
Just one or t'other, I'm afraid.
Right, okay.
Special attack. Yeti's gone. Ad, it's your turn.
I'll take a shot from where I am at the Yeti
Cool.
with my longbow.
Excellent.
Plus 7, isn't it? 100 feet. I'm not within 30, am I? So...
No.
14.
55 foot. Yeah, you would win 100 feet. Sorry, 14.
Yeah.
14's a miss on this creature, I'm afraid, Ad.
Yeah.
Whizzes harmlessly to the side. Hellhound, Lee.
Yeah, it's going to breathe fire. I figure that's going to be the best one, especially since this is a cold creature. I'm hoping it's going to have some extra damage to it.
Cool, you could hope. 2d6 fire damage, and there's a reflex save to half the damage of DC 14. So we'll do the reflex save first, which it passes, so it takes half damage from this next attack. And it takes 4 fire damage. Oh. No, sorry, it takes 8 fire damage.
Me and Ulf are going to have words.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, look, we would all be unconscious.
But we'd be together.
Dave, skip you go. Ad, what do you want your wolf to do?
Yeah, just stay with me again.
Yep, cool.
I mean,
Lee,
could
your
have-
turn.
Could just say, I know it's but just before I take my turn, could that wolf not like go up to Dave and
Lick your face.
like pour in his cure like wounds into his throat or something?
It's not that clever, I don't think.
Not yet.
No, he doesn't have the tricks to do that.
Okay. God.
The best he could do with guard, but he's got like 3 HP at the minute, so it's not much use.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same again for now. I'm just gonna stay where I am.
Save your spells.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It's the Yeti's go next. And it's going to go and use 2 attacks on the Hellhound. Both of them hit this time. Maybe 2d6. Um, 15 plus 6 is 12. In total, that is 27. As this thing swipes down on your Hellhound, it extinguishes the fire on its back, and your Hellhound dies and evaporates into thin air. Lee.
I do
It's
not
just
like
extinguish
this
your
creature.
Hellhound. Ulf, your turn.
I'm going to remember and I'm going to whip out this horn and give that a blow in the hope that they'll realise that we haven't shown up. They might come and help us.
Okay. Little boy blue blows his horn.
That's okay.
Do you know what? I actually completely forgot about that. So
We skip Dave's go because he's on the floor. Add your wolf's turn.
He'll stay where he is, yeah.
Lee, your turn.
Oh, I really don't have to go to this thing. This thing's gonna eat me alive. I'm gonna move slightly. 1 second. I'm just gonna do some calculations before I do this. 25 feet, 30 feet, 35 feet. If I move myself to... Can I move myself here?
Yep, move yourself wherever you want.
Right, that's not triggered anything. 25 feet, 40 feet, 35 feet. I'm going to channel negative energy.
Yep, cool. And what, that's 30 feet?
Yeah, I believe so. Just double check that.
Two d6 points of damage.
I'm just trying to see what it says. The
Channeled energy. It is in your feats. You can unleash a wave of negative energy. You must choose 2d6 points of negative energy damage. Living creatures or heal undead creatures of 2d6 points of damage. Creatures that take damage from channeled energy receive DC 13.
I'm not seeing how far it is. I thought it was 30 feet, but I can't see it.
I thought it was. It's not saying it on your character sheet. I'll have a quick look online. I'm pretty sure it is 30 foot.
Fucking clever.
30-foot radius, centered on the cleric.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah.
it was. Which is why I
Nice.
move myself there. Oh, don't move yourself. Stay there.
So roll 2d6 damage, and this thing gets a save to halve.
Okay. 2, 4.
So that's 6 in total. Fails its will save. Takes 6 damage.
I remember last time I used channel negative energy, I died.
Oh, you did. It was epic, though. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm sure you enjoyed killing me off.
um,
That's a yes.
Yeti's turn, and it is going to engage with you, Lee. Going to run straight up to you. It's going to do a reflex save to see if it can pass the entangle. Passes. And it's going to do 1 claw to you, Lee. That's a hit. So 1d6 plus 4 for the regular damage. That is 6 plus 1d6 cold. Take 8 damage, please.
Okay. Ouch.
Getting real hard not to look into this creature's eyes, Lee.
Yeah. Is it my go?
It is Wolf's go.
I will try and hit it again.
With your bow.
18.
18 is a hit. Roll for damage, please.
A wolf. Is that 1d8 plus 1?
Yes, you.
Oh, 9.
Nice. 9 damage.
Yeah.
So full damage. This thing hits the ground.
Oh, thank God for
Your arrow
that.
shoots in. goes straight through its neck. It hits the floor.
That was easier than I thought. Thank Fook for that.
That Hellhound did a lot of damage, as did Dave's bleeding damage that it never bothered to heal itself with. So it hits the floor. Oh, I never did the damage for the two refugees over here. I'm just going to do will save for them.
Oh, there's negative energy here.
Pass both of them. That was how much, Lee? Do you remember how much the negative energy was? Oh, I can calculate it. It was 6. So yeah, so they took 3 damage each. They can survive that.
I wasn't worried if they died, to be fair.
Yeah.
Would have been a bonus.
It would have been, yeah, it would have been, yeah.
Can I search this Yeti? I don't
Of course
know
you
what
can.
might have on it, but hey ho.
Cool.
Good friend over here. Oh, on the floor.
So the Yeti, on it, it has nothing on its person. Can I get a perception, please?
Yes. Oh, 3. Plus 5, so 8.
Yeah, can't find anything on the Yeti. Nothing noticeable anyway. As you guys are doing that, you notice these guys are thanking you and saying goodbye and quickly just hurriedly on their way, bypassing.
Damn it.
Did they not get entangled by the entanglement?
Oh, of course they do. They do get in. Let's have a quick look. Well remembered, Lee.
Oh, we're not going to, are we?
So as they move by, 2 of them are entangled, and they get trapped about here, and they're like, "What's going on?" As the plants wrap around 2 of their legs.
What are they carrying again?
A corpse.
With a lot of gold.
A few
Maybe.
trinkets on. You've noticed.
Could I walk up to the back of this guy and slit his throat?
Oh my god.
He's not helpless, so you're gonna have to do an attack roll on him, Lee. So D20 plus your regular attack.
Yeah.
Watch him get downed now from this. Just a regular.
Yes.
God, I need more light in here. Hang on. Oh, that's 13 plus what am I rolling for? Sorry. So 13,
You're rolling D20
which
plus
is
your
13.
regular attack, which is with your masterwork sickle. It's plus 3 to hit.
Sorry, is that D20? So 13 plus 3.
Yep, so that's 16
Yes,
to hit.
brilliant.
So you hit that guy. For damage, it's 1d6 minus 1. For you, because you are a weak of body cleric.
I love this dice. I rolled 6.
6. You did 5 damage on him then. And strangely enough, because of your other damage, the guy at the back falls unconscious. The body drops to the floor and bags spill across. And the others go, "What the hell are you doing?" You guys are back in combat. Can I get... Shall we just do same initiatives as last time? And I'll just add these 2 guys in. So the guy with the sword at the front shouts, "Vagrants, get back!" and draws his sword. The other guy drops the other side and he takes out his sword as well. And they say, "Traitors!" Dave's still unconscious. It's your wolf's turn.
Is it worth it? What's my wolf's attack?
It's on his character sheet. Add.
1d3 plus 1.
Yes.
Or bite.
Oh
So
yeah.
no,
Sorry. Yeah.
bite,
Bite is what
1d6
you
plus
want.
1.
I don't know why it gives you an unarmed option.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Yeah. So it's total attack bonus is +2, and it does 1d6 plus 1 damage.
Oh, he can stay with me. I just
You tell him to heal
yeah.
as Lee deals with these guys himself. Lee, your turn again.
They've got swords.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go to stab the guy just in front of me then.
Which one? You're gonna have to
Um,
move into range.
that's fine. I'm literally right next to him there, so just here.
Cool. You trigger entangled. Can you roll me a reflex save, please, Lee?
Mm-hmm. Hey, I love this dice. 20.
20, nice. You
Really
pass. You're not
nice.
entangled, but either way, you would have still been able to attack. What you gonna do?
I'm just going to stab him with my silver sickle.
Okay, d20 plus your attack bonus, please.
What's my attack bonus? +3.
It's +3 to hit for your sickle. Yep.
20.
Nice. That's 20's a hit. D6 -1, please.
So that's 4 -1's 3.
3. You slice this guy's arm with the sickle, but you notice he is a lot more experienced than his. Sorry, which this guy or
This
This
guy.
guy
This guy
or
here. Yeah.
this guy?
The first one.
The first one. Okay, sorry. Nope, different for him. You don't do this guy then. You say you did 3 damage.
3 damage.
Yep, 3 damage. Okay, so you take him quite low then. You slice across his chest and blood just kind of spatters everywhere. The first guy with the big sword looks significantly more experienced than his colleagues. He's going to twizzle around on the spot and he's going to slice you with his long sword. That's going to be a hit, Lee. Can you take 8 damage, please?
Ooh, that was a bit painful.
Yep. And he shouts, "Back! Get back! I will kill you." His second compadre goes, and he is a little bit more shy with his sword, but he screams as he turns to take a slash at you. And, well, can't seem to turn him. Right, I'm just going to move the out this way to turn him to you. There we go. So he's going to take a little stab at you with his short sword. Oh, I'm afraid, Lee, that's a critical hit.
Oh no, not again.
Me.
That's 4. That's just 4 damage
Okay.
on you, Lee.
Lucky.
How's Giles looking?
I mean, he's alive, so that's always a bonus.
Is
Oh,
he still
your
upright?
turn.
I'll take a shot at the this first chap.
Cool. D20, please, to hit.
26. Oh, and it's a human, so they get a plus.
Yeah, you do. But you bypassed his defenses anyway.
Oh, okay.
So, yep.
That is 6.
Did you plus your...
Oh.
Because he's a human, you deal extra damage, don't you?
What was the extra damage? Is it plus? 2.
2, I believe, for you. Yeah.
So that's 8 then, yeah.
8. Yep. Cool. That's yep. So an arrow goes through his shoulder, but he's still going strong. Dave's still unconscious. Do you want to do anything with your Wolfad?
Yeah, I'll send my wolf to attack the guy nearest to me that I just shot.
Okay, cool. Sorry, Dave, not a lot for you to do during this combat period.
I mean, Styles could have picked me up before.
Sorry, I don't want to get away.
D20 plus 2, add.
Oh, 22.
Yep. Nice, that is a hit. What is it, D6 plus
1.
D6 plus 1.
Oh, 5.
Nice. So he takes a good chunk out of him, but this swordsman again is still, whilst his front looks very ravaged, he's still pretty fit and healthy. He's got a bit more oomph about him. Lee, your turn.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember how many level 2 spells I have left. Just
You have 1 left.
One left, okay. So... I mean, I don't think I've used many level 1 spells, have I? Let's have a look.
You've used 1 Cause Fear.
I'm going to cure light wounds to myself.
Okay, cool. So that is 1d8 and plus 4.
Let me find my good d8.
You could d8. It's my rigged d8.
Well, that's d8. Told you it was a good d8. I rolled 7.
Nice.
So 10.
Plus 4.
Oh, 10,
11.
11. Thought it was still plus 3 for some reason.
Nope, level 4 now, Lee.
Cool.
Big
so
boy
that
now.
gives me 11 back. Good.
Cool. Swordsman gonna go again, and he's gonna power attack you. So he's going to put off his aim in order to hit you harder. So if he hits you, he's gonna do a bit more damage. Your AC is 9, so that's a hit.
Now who's got big dice?
7 damage he does to you, Lee.
Okay.
As he puts a little oomph into his hit. The other guy goes, misses. Add your wolf. Oh, sorry, not your wolf. Add, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'll take a shot at the same guy again.
Yep, cool.
24.
That's a hit.
And that's 7 plus 3 altogether, isn't it? So that's 10.
Yep, nice. Yeah. The senior guy falls to the ground as your arrow hits him. He's bleeding out onto the ground.
I love the way that I've made. Well, I'm taking the credit here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I've made the good Ulf bad.
Totally.
I mean, you're massacring a funeral procession.
It's like either I kill these people or you're dead and Dave's dead and I'm dead.
Oh dear. Add your wolf.
I will just heal him now. He can just heal. So he can just, return
Cool.
to me.
So he stays with you. Lee, your turn.
Right, I'm just going to use my fancy sickle to stab this guy.
Cool. D20 plus 3.
Oh dear. 5.
5 is a miss. This guy is your will save. That's a fail. He's going to drop to his knees, throw his sword away, and say, "Please don't kill me."
Oh, that was a mistake.
So are we out of combat right now?
I mean, he's thrown his sword about 10 feet away from him.
So
he
I
is
can
currently on his knees, defenseless.
Yeah, so I can go. It's okay, son. With bleeding touch.
Yeah, of course he can.
Fantastic.
If you want to turn this that dark, of course he can.
Yep.
So he's not going to resist you. He's just crying, shaking because he's terrified. 1d6 points of damage for bleeding touch.
Nice.
He got lucky. I rolled 1.
Okay. So you put your hands on him, and immediately his regular tears turn into tears of blood. And he is going to try and punch you on the next round. It's his go after yours, Lee. So he's going to attempt an unarmed strike, and he's going to hit you because you're that weak. So unarmed strike is D3 plus his strength. Can you take 3 non-lethal damage, please, as he socks you in the face?
I'm just going to NL down here. 3. Brilliant. I mean, we're back in combat, so I'm guessing I have to wait for Ad to take again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a pot shot at him. 19.
19's a hit. He just wanted to live.
That's 9 altogether.
Yeah. That is him on the floor. I mean, he's dead. His eyes roll back as he hits the floor. Your arrow goes. Well, how do you want to kill him, Ed? Where does your arrow go?
Straight through his ear roll.
Yeah. Straight out of both ears. His eyes roll back. He hits the floor. He's dead before he even touches the ground.
Nice. Head kebab.
Yeah. And you're currently stepping over poor Gustav's body.
Can I do 2 things here? 1, can I offer these to Nex? And 2, can I search the bodies for gold?
Cool. You pray over the corpses and you have a rummage through. Can I get another perception, please, Lee?
So 11 plus 5, is it? 16.
Cool. You find 150 gold in bags around the body. You find a gold chain of indeterminate value, and you find 2 gold rings of indeterminate value as well. They are gemless.
Okay.
So just a gold chain, gold ring, 2 gold rings, and 150 gold.
Can I give the gold chain to Ubik Ulf, for saving our asses there, and just take the gold for now?
Cool.
And the ring, I'll just keep on me for now.
2 rings.
I'll take both the rings for now, just to keep on me.
Cool. Still unconscious, Dave.
Cool.
So was that including the bags? Was it that Lee just checked? Or was that just the body?
So Lee's checked the body. You can have a double check to see if you find anything else.
Yeah, why not? I'll give it a go, I suppose. Oh, of course, yeah. No, 13.
13, yeah, you can't find anything new.
Can I turn to Ulf and go, do you think we should get him up?
There's a wagon there. We could just chuck him on the back and pull him along.
Can I?
Yeah, can I have the brief moments of consciousness just to raise a finger and then just drop it?
I mean, if I move towards Angelus, one, I'm still going to get entangled, aren't I?
We better wake him up because we know how much he loves to hack a head off, and we need a head.
True.
I believe Entangle. It's a concentration-based spell.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, it's not. Yeah, so you lose control of it after casting it. So it is 1 minute per level. So all you have to do is how many rounds have we had? I think we've had 10 rounds, haven't we? I think we're done with Entangle.
Brilliant. Can I check? Can I move over to Angelus and check to see if he has a Cure Light Wounds on him?
Dave, do you have Cure Light Wounds on you? Potion?
I don't think I do. I mean, I've got the yellow oil thing written down, which is the Surge of Life. But I don't think I own that. I think I was.
Yeah, you
No,
got
I
you bought the Surge of Life, didn't you?
think I did. I think I bought the Surge of Life in the small, didn't I?
Yeah.
Get the feeling I did.
Doesn't the Surge of Life just give you an extra push? It doesn't really do much.
It's
from what I remember.
temporary, yeah. It just gives you a small amount of temporary health.
Right, I'm going to use another one of my level 1 to Cure Light Wounds to Angelus then.
The 8 plus 4 then.
Yay.
What I take with one hand, I can always. What I give with one hand, I can always take with the other. So you get 8 health points there.
8. All right. Thank you. I go. Oh, thank God I'm up. What the hell happened here?
Yeah,
It
it's the
is
conscious
a
the entire
massacre.
thing, isn't it?
Can I get a perception from you, Dave, now you're up and awake?
Yeah, you can. Plus my main perception is 25.
Cool. So you see what the others did not, and that is there is quite a significant trench through the tree line where you can tell this Yeti has been practiced springing up and back and up and back, returning to a previous place.
Cool. I'll yeah, I'm can't believe we fucking murdered them all. So the trench is just over here.
So yeah, it's been something's been dragged back and forward to here, roughly where this Yeti was.
Something's been dragged over there.
Well, it's been dragging. You notice that there's there's tracks from it, but things being dragged to it. There's things being dragged back. The fact that it's been attacking from this very linear line, there is like a massive, almost trench in the ground that this Yeti's caused by going back and forth again and again, including drag marks.
Should we take caution here, just in case there is another Yeti, like Mrs. Yeti, as chat has indicated there?
Do you tell the other things that you've seen?
Yeah, I'll tell them that there's a trench over there where the Yeti seems to be jumping in and out of, and is there anything left to steal?
No, that's the only thing that you've seen as you've checked around and you've surveyed the area. There's nothing of worth, but you notice that there is a sort of a trench been imprinted in the trees, a separation where this Yeti's gone back and forth, leading to a bit deeper into the woods.
Does somebody want to sneak in and just take a little peek?
I would really want to, but the DM seems a little bit happy about this.
I mean,
So have you told us, Angelus, that it's there?
yeah. I say there's a trench where the Yeti seems to have been wandering in and out of, practicing his thing. So I'm wondering if there's any loot at the back of there.
Well, I'm thinking it could just be a pile of dead bodies with lots of loot on them, but There could also be, like you said, Mrs. Yeti hiding down there.
Yeah.
Or a full family.
Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it because I might sneak quite.
Would
good.
I know if Yetis are normally solitary or no?
Let's have a quick. You rolled quite good for your knowledge, didn't you? They are known as traveling either on their own or in very small groups. Often, when encountered by humans, they're more frequently encountered alone.
Oh, okay.
Particularly when descending to lowlands such as this.
Okay.
Go on, guys.
I'll,
Just take a peek.
Do you share that knowledge, Ed?
isn't it, Dave? Yes, I'll share that knowledge with them and say
Mm.
it's most likely that he's on his own.
Right,
Or was on his own.
let's do it. I'm glad he's just done something.
Yeah, to watch every little bit.
It's about here, Dave.
About there. I'm gonna come around this way.
Cool. I'm going to continue to use your perception roll before. As you get closer, you see a large hole dug in the ground. And the closer you get, the more there's a weird, funky smell. And you see a pile of bodies, barrels, bags, worldly goods in a very shallow grave. You search through the bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll use the same perception as before. You notice there's quite a few purses piled up. There's a barrel of wine. A lot of the food's been had and got. This thing's clearly hungry, but it didn't touch the alcohol. In terms of loot, you notice that there's not a lot in terms of coinage, but there are some art objects. So you come across some Jade Statuettes, and you come across 8 of them.
Jade statuettes. Eight Jade statuettes.
Yeah. They're like small soldiers, probably ye high. There's 8 of them.
Okay.
You also come across a vial as well. And it looks like there's hairs floating in it, quite a few hairs, and they look like the hair from the Yeti in a jar floating in a mysterious liquid.
Ooh. I take that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Very vile.
Other than that, most of the weapons have been shattered against the Yeti. There's nothing else that's really survived that's meaningful. As I say, what you get through the coin purses is minimal. I'll quickly just roll for that now. So 70 copper, 10 silver, 1 gold in total.
Cool. Cool. That's great. I'll head back over here. Can I check the cart as well, automatically? Searching kind of move.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing of value in the cart. It's empty.
We've not found the giant yet, have we?
I mean, this
presuming
thing
the
is
Yeti's the
a giant. It's
giant.
you know, it's pretty huge.
Can I suggest to the guys? It's like, well, it seems we've been part of another massacre. We at least hide these bodies in the trench of the Yeti.
Sounds like a good idea.
So, looks like the Yeti killed them before we did.
Yeah, we better.
I mean, the arrow between the ears of one of them is a clear sign of Yeti attack.
Common practice for the Yetis. Use
Let's put them in that ditch, and then let's set fire to the pile.
That's
A
big
common
fire.
hallmark of the Yeti.
That's- yeah.
Yetis are known for putting bodies in a pile and setting them on fire. I should be quiet, really, and let you do what you want.
Why
Yeah.
why don't we just put the bodies over there and take out the arrows and leave them there? We'll cover them up and we'll just walk away.
And before we walk away, I'm going to cut this Yeti's head off.
There it is.
Strength check, please, Dave.
Fail.
He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and whacking.
Okay,
Just
strength check, Dave.
Oh, goddamn. Not 20.
Oh, nice. Head comes clean off.
Beautiful.
Thunk. Nice one. Yeah, you have the big old head of a Yeti. Where'd he go?
I think we need to go back, really, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time of day are we on currently? Is it getting dark? Is it afternoon?
It's not dark yet, but based on the look of the sky, it looks like it's getting very late afternoon,
Okay.
early evening. Market will be closing soon.
Brilliant.
I said back. I said that we can shall we go try and cash this in and then head back. Get some sleep.
Yeah. Anything you
We
need to do, Wolf? Are you happy to come? Are we happy to go back?
Yeah, good to go back.
Before we do, what were we heading down this road for again? I mean, I've been unconscious a lot. I don't know what's going on.
Kill the giant,
Kill the
Slash.
giant. We're done.
which we've done.
Cool. I just hold its head. Oh yeah, cool.
And a
That's
few
good.
of us that just fell, died.
No, we didn't see anybody else on this road.
Nope.
We didn't see anybody else.
Excellent. As you guys head back to the ruined tower in the distance, you see a large, it's not exactly keeping itself hidden, a large ballista on the road, and you see Snorri there, about sort of 5 minutes walking back, and he says, "Ready, men, arm the ballista." And he's like beckoning you, like, come over, we're gonna fire.
Right.
We're like, too late, we've done it. Did you not hear the horn?
He says, "No, too far away. You've killed the giant, then."
Indeed.
I'll hold up his head, just like this one.
Yeah. He sheathes his sword and he shouts, "An ugly bastard indeed. Now, I believe you have something that belongs to me," and he holds out his hand.
Oh. Suppose I'll give him the horn back.
He takes it back from you, and he sort of wipes the mouthpiece, inspects it for like the dirt and grime, and he wipes it off, and he's like, "Oh, peasants handling my nice things." And,
All right.
and he doesn't say that, but he sort of gives a bit of a like, "Ugh," and then he sort of tucks it under.
I was like, you could always give it to me as a prize, for getting rid of this giant problem.
He says, "You'll be rewarded. You'll be rewarded once all tasks are complete. How fares Faceless? And I believe I hear that the priest is back in town."
Yes, I believe
cool.
it's just Faceless we need to finish dealing with.
And
No.
the fact that I might turn to werewolf.
He gives you a look. He says, "Werewolves?"
Yes, we believe Faceless is a werewolf.
He says, "Well, you may have a more difficult challenge that you may think. Well, let me know of those who've turned, and I believe I have a weapon that can put them to it. I hope that you can cure yourself of the affliction. If not, if you run rampant, well, I fear I may have to put you down. And he holds his sword.
I'm just going to pick up a stick and throw it and go, fetch! And see if Giles reacts to it.
I just smile and rub my hands.
He says, "Tell me about the priest then. What had happened to him?"
Oh, the dwarves imprisoned him.
Dwarves from Beyondheim, not like them.
I
Only
think
an
it's
honest
because
folk.
the priest discovered. Oh no! Do we want to tell him?
Say the bear in mind, it might be bear in mind, Ulf, you may end up having to do a bluff here. You can see the look on the
Oh, no.
Shit.
Wait, who's got the highest bluff? Maybe Angela should tell this story.
Is he? Who's got? I've got 8 for bluff.
Mm-hmm. Mine's -2.
So as Ulf starts to speak, you go, maybe Angela should tell this story. The storyteller of the group. Let us listen to your mighty tale
I'll
of,
just stop and
of
catch
the
myself.
dwarves of Beyondheim.
The dwarves of Jornheim are a merry bunch. They the priest didn't appreciate the amount of mead they were drinking and got into a fight with them, and he got locked up. So we went over there, we freed him, we convinced the dwarves to return home.
Okay, D20 for a bluff, please.
Please be fun, please. Okay, I roll 13. Plus my bluff is 21.
Sorry, 13 plus your bluff. Oh, it's 21 in
Yeah.
total. Okay, let's do a sense motive. He looks at you, his face stern. He puts his arms on his waist and he says, "Well, it's a very solemn occasion then, because unfortunately, whilst you may have convinced them to leave, I'm afraid my reports from the town guard is that there was a massacre of the dwarves outside of the of the hunting lodge."
Oh, really?
It's not going to be very good politically for dealing with the dwarves in the future, but I suppose they were not welcome in the town, and the plan was to drive them off anyway. I just hoped that we wouldn't have to resort to a military solution. Thank you for dealing with them anyway, but I'm afraid that maybe bandits or the creatures of the wild must have got to them.
And
Terrible
we
state of
all
affairs.
stay very quiet and say nothing else.
We just kind of, should we just like kind of nod and be like, well, terrible shame.
Awful.
As I just
So-
like clean the blood off my axe.
Shall we move away before? Yeah.
He
Let's go take
asks
this
if there's
bit.
anything else to report that he should know about.
Oh, do you not want to show him the head of the Yeti?
I've already shown him, I think.
Yeah, you've already shown
Alright,
it.
Cool. Nothing else to report there.
Are we telling them about the dodgy meat or not?
I mean, no, well,
I don't think you have a way of sort of signaling that to each other without saying that. And he goes,
That's-
dodgy meat?
Oh, balls.
Did you have a bad experience in one of the taverns?
bit of food poisoning, you know.
Yeah.
That's a bluff, please, Angelus.
You know.
So as long as Ulf stays quiet, it should be
I
fine.
say as long as I'm just like, oh.
I don't know. I didn't roll very good that time.
What did you roll?
I rolled 8.
Oh, okay, better than what Snorri rolled anyway. He says, what a shame. Well, now the giant's dead, we should be getting some fresh food in from the other areas. Hopefully we'll get something nice from Gip.
Gip. Who's Gip?
He says, the town west of here. Gip. Well, I say town, village, coastal fishing village. They send fresh fish through, as well as some of the nicer treats of the area. Fresh meat from their apiaries, wheat, grain, things that they trade off coast. We can finally start feeding our people again.
Talking about feeding people, what do you know about the refugee camp?
He says, when there was the massacre at Thrin, there were a few survivors, more so than yourselves, ex-soldiers, camp followers who had joined the others, a mixture of a motley crew who have come down and kept themselves outside of Skraebad. They have joined with local bandits in the area as we turned them away from the town. Maybe not a sensible idea at the time, but we could not feed them. Their numbers grow each and every day as more people come down from Thrin. My concern is they will become a significant of a number to become a threat to Skraebad. But at the moment, they seem to just be camping there. They do not seem to be a large threat, unlike Gorn and his gang.
We feel that one of them may be your threat with maybe your no-face. Maybe more of a threat than you think. Actually, not human.
An aberration from Thrin, then a creature of the wilds who seems to have escaped the rangers and followed the others south. Very well. I trust that you are dealing with this.
We're trying here.
He nods. He says, while you're at it, if you could deal with Gorn for me. He's the head of the bandits who seems to be hosting the refugees. Gorn has a complex history with my family. Originally, my family were the rulers of Blard. It wasn't until my grandfather, Locke, decided to wage war with the neighbouring town of Skraebad, did a feud begin. And it wasn't until my father, Locke, took over that town and banished Gorn and his relatives to the woods. Now, Gorn's son is the true heir of Skraebad, and he lives a bandit in the woods. He's not been any significant threat, so we've left him alone. But he does have a pesky relic from times gone by on his person, and I believe he's made friends with a witch of the forest. That plus the refugees, they may become a significant threat to Skraebad. They may try and retake the town.
Okay.
Obviously, this would not be good for the war effort. I hear my brothers will be back in a few days. A messenger arrived. And upon their return, I would not want them to waste men attempting to root those bandits out of the woods. I would rather that the refugees join us as willing volunteers, should we offer to feed them, and bolster our numbers for an army going south. Gorn would be a problematic influence.
So are you giving us permission to offer these refugees a place in your city, town?
He nods.
Okay.
He says, I was not able to before, but now the giant has cleared the road, then I would advise that you negotiate with the refugees. However, They are intermingled with the bandits who may not take kindly you trying to take men away from their camp. Gorners' ruffians are few in number, but combined with the refugees, they do prove a threat to both towns. And if they take Scraybard, well, Ragulf and his men could just walk up here with the two towns divided, and we would not prove much of a challenge.
Okay.
Cool.
So, what's in this for us, as Angelus would say?
Well, are you not in the employ of Vigo? I assume Vigo has promised you riches of wealth, weapons, magic. His family are immensely powerful.
Where is
And-
Vigo?
Well, he is rallying the army to bring south.
So we've
Yes.
not heard from him for a while.
Yeah,
He
we
says,
need,
then
we
I
need
then I
boats.
advise that you I advise that you go to the what's the word for it? Roostery?
Oh, Rookery.
Rookery. I advise that you go to the Rookery in Scraybard and send him a message via bird to seek message from him. I will write as well and tell him what a good job you've been doing in the fine city.
Any supplies he could send our way is always good.
He nods. He says, I do not know where Vigo's men are at present, but I imagine there will be a large assembly soon, particularly as our forces head south rapidly from Thrin after clearing out the bugbears.
Okay, so should we head off to Modi now? Cash this head in?
I was wondering why we took the head. I know you like to chop heads off. I just wondered what was the purpose.
We
of the
needed it for
Entangle.
the proof of that on the poster.
Sure.
That what I
mean-
did it for.
Let's shall we hand it in and then call it a night? It's approaching 10 p.m.
Excellent. Good idea. So you guys head back without issue, and it begins to grow dark in the sky. As you guys head back, you see that Modi's doors open and there is a fire inside, and you see a few hunters in there, sort of telling tales about various things. And as you gentlemen enter, Modi raises a beer and he says, "To my tenants, my
Cheers.
paying tenants, if you want to stay another night." And he smiles and he puts his mug on the table.
The one guy I won't kill. I like this guy.
But Angelus, show him the head.
Ah, a fine head you have there. A giant's indeed. And he takes the poster and he goes outside, rips it off, brings it in, and puts it on the table. As promised, I have 300 gold, or I have something that may interest you gentlemen greatly. I have in my possession a key, if you will. A key to a interesting treasure in the area. It's a stone of a particular kind that the hunters found. Whilst in the forest, the Aswaya Wood, they found what is known as a guiding stone, and he takes it out and he unravels it, and he says, "You know this area belonged to the elves once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
They had many ways of concealing their treasure, either in the stumps of trees, in the old sequoias of the frozen north. These stones point away to a shrine, an elven shrine. And if you can find the shrine and dig into it, you'll find the treasure."
Okay.
I will either offer you the reward or this.
Why do I feel like the key is going to lead to so many issues?
Gamble.
300 gold. Death.
300 gold
mean-
isn't that much.
It isn't. Should we take the key? You know we're taking the key. We're taking the
Yeah.
key, aren't we?
We're taking the key, aren't we? We know it.
Yeah.
He passes it over and gives you a wink. And he says, here's to Elven treasure. And he puts his mug up into the air and downs it in one and places it on top of his head.
Nice.
I like it.
Thank you for this evening.
No worries. I will see you next time. And maybe,
See you next
just
time.
maybe, Giles will be a werewolf.
And just maybe he will not kill me off.